Hello, and welcome to Board Game Factory, where I have 20 minutes to create an all-new and original board game. Let me walk you through it. First, I'm going to get a random image, and that's going to be my box art. And I'm also going to get some keywords that I need to include in my title. After that, I'm going to get two random categories for board games, and I'm going to have to pick one to apply to my game. After that, I'm going to get a random board game on BoardGameGeek and use one of its mechanisms somehow in my board game. Then comes the actual creation of the game, where I'll have 20 minutes to think up and draw the game. Any rules that I don't come up with or any components that I don't draw don't count towards the final game. And finally, I will assemble and make a mock version of said game and playtest it. One final note before we get into it. This is a rough kind of draft version. This is more of a proof of concept for this idea as opposed to an actual run with it. So I'm just kind of testing this concept, and hopefully way down the line I can have a streamlined version of this that'll be really cool. Alright, now we are going to be getting the image that is going to be the box art for my game, along with the keywords that I have to incorporate into the title. So let's see, this is going to play a huge role in defining what type of game this is. So I'm going to generate it in 3, 2, 1, and the image is okay. It is a woman who's like doing gymnastics in a puddle. It's weird. This is weird. Gymnastics in a lake, and it's clearly played with it. That ripple's way too big. Clearly some Photoshop. But my keywords are balance, force, and dance. Okay, right off the bat, this is a tricky one. Balance, force, and dance. In that picture, unfortunately, a lot of it is just the first 9 minutes on my part. Not allowed is actually
but I'm not sure what I can quite do with it yet. So let's move on to the next step. Okay, now we're in step 2. So I'm going to be getting a random category for this board game. Specifically 2 random categories. And I'm going to get to pick out of those 2 which one I think is better fitting to the board game that I'm trying to make. And so these can range from pretty much anything, any sort of category or genre of a board game. So let's just see what I got. I'm going to spin the magical wheel. And we have comic book / strip. Okay, that is confusing. Let's see what the other one is, because I get 2. I get to pick which one I want. This one is not looking like the one that I want. And my other category is pirates. Yikes! Did I get 2 really rough ones? Let's not get too worried yet, though. Let's check these. These are all pulled straight from BoardGameGeek. So let's check what they say there, and see if I'm really in a tough spot. Comic book / strip games. These are games that often have themes and storylines that are based on established comic book / strip characters. And some top games in this category are Marvel Champions, Legendary, a Marvel deck building game, and Sentinels of the Multiverse. So a lot of what you'd expect, Marvel and superhero games. That is not looking appealing whatsoever to the box art that I have. Let's check out pirates. For pirates, we have pirate games often have themes or storylines of a piracy. What do you know? Some of the most popular themes and imagery in pirate games concerns treasure hunting, sea robbery, swords and cannons, swashbuckling, and ship racing. And top games in this, oh dear, I'm going to butcher this. Maracabo. We're going to go with that. Merchants and Marauders, and Forgotten Waters. So, alright, both of these categories are complete rubbish. They're both terrible. So there was definitely, I could take it the superhero angle and just go my own sort of superhero, but I don't know. I don't even have any ideas these categories did not narrow it down at all. You either go superheroes where it's like that, pirates, and I take it the waterway. There's water in the picture. I don't know. And I can't do that much thinking right now, so I'm going to save my decision. I'm not going to decide yet. I'm going to see my mechanism first, and then I'm going to maybe hopefully have one of these that'll look better than the other. So now I'm on my final step before I actually have to make the game. And as of now, I'm very concerned. So what I'm going to do is on Board Game Geek, I'm going to get a random game. And that random game is Ark, that came out in 2012 with a rank of 5.7. Okay. 2 to 4 players, 15 minutes, ages 13 and plus, and the weight is 2.5. And it looks like it was published, it was self-published by Tech Lab Games, it looks like. Okay. And it was designed by these people right here that I'll put on the screen because I don't want to butcher their names. And so Ark, it looks like, is a non-collectible card game based on a time travel theme. Okay, that is interesting. If you'd like to check it out, now you know if that sounds appealing to it all. I am not going to be using anything from this random board game except for its mechanisms. If you were confused before why I'm getting a random game, it is for its mechanisms. I'm going to look in its mechanisms right here, and I'm going to see which one I want to pick out for my game that I have to use. And its mechanisms are action points, hand management, player elimination, and variable player powers. So let's read up on each of these. Action points is a player receives a number of action points on their turn. They may spend them on a variety of actions. Okay, this is super self-explanatory. If I can't think of anything better, if none of the other ones quite work, this one is a very safe one to do. So I'm happy with that. Hand management. You see hand management everywhere, I swear. Hand management games are games with cards in them that reward players for playing the cards in a certain sequence or groups. What else do we have? Player elimination. This is another pretty self-explanatory one. A player can be removed from the game, no longer participating. I don't even think I need to read the rest of it. There's quite a lengthy bit of it, but this is player elimination. I think it's a pretty controversial thing, whether you actually think early player elimination is the big thing. But in different games, you can maybe get eliminated, so you're out of the game. I'm not thinking that's going to be necessary in my game. And finally, variable player powers. Each player has special actions that only they can perform, or that modify standard actions. And this is actually Unmatched uses this, and it is very fun. I actually might use variable player powers. Unmatched uses some other stuff too. It uses action points. But this is just a good example. And I'm actually... Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. The variable player powers is instantly... Powers is invocative of superheroes. And then I can take the comic strip. Because the more I think about that lady, there's no way I can spin that as pirates. Although with the keywords, one of them being like force and balance, maybe, just maybe I can take it in a superhero angle. And she's like jumping, bouncing off the water or something, and it's different powers, and it's, I don't know why it's that abstract, but with the variable player powers, maybe one of the characters can do something with water, and I go with the elements. It's generic, but I think, I don't have many good options at this point. Okay, so I've made this into a more clean version of what I'm thinking it's going to look like, and this is what I've came up with. I'm still not sure of how anything's going to go. I don't have a lot of time. I have a little over 10 minutes, and I still have to decide actually How do you play this game? I think it makes sense. I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. These have two sides to them. The one side, if I take out one of these tiles right there, one side is going to be the still water, this nice smooth water, and the other side is going to be the rippled water. It's going to be all, bad and rough. There you go. And so it's going to have three states. It's going to have the safe state where it's all good. Then it's going to have this rippled state where it's a little bit on the edge. And then you can just, after the ripple state, if it gets hit with a ripple when it's in the ripple state, it'll reset back to the good state, the still state. And whoever was on that, they'll be like rippled out of existence. They'll be out of the game. So I'm thinking, I'm still kind of hung up. I feel like I should do player elimination, but it doesn't have that superhero feel enough. I have an idea, and I'm just going to go with it, all right? So I'm thinking dice. It just came to my head, dice are easy. What if the variable player powers, and I might be fudging this a bit, I'm not sure, but I don't have time to check. You each have your own dice, your own die, I suppose. You don't need multiples, because that's not something I need to think about. And they're each going to have different symbols on them or whatever. And you're going to roll them, and then that's going to say what you can do. And so each of you are going to have some different sort of thing that you can do. Now, animals, I know, weird animals, but yoga has a lot of different themes with animals, I'm thinking, downward dog, all that stuff. I'm thinking a lot of animals, and so I just straight up go, the different dice, you can pick your animal that you want to be. You're still that person, but maybe you're channeling that animal, or I have no clue. I'm not into yoga. I have no clue. Something like that, where you're taking the characteristics of a certain animal, and you're trying to do those power poses, trying to move away from the yoga thing a bit, of your superhero. You can channel some sort of animal. Think, if you're familiar with the character Vixen, not literally turning into the animal, but channeling them, kind of, their abilities. That's what I'm thinking for each of the characters. They're going to have an animal they can channel. They're going to roll their die. They're going to see which kind of animal tactic they can do, and then they're going to go with that. 618. Okay, so I'm thinking for one of the animals, we can have a tiger. I know I can't think very... I'm on a tight spot, so I'm going with the easiest ones. Tiger. I'm going to say you can move like one space, like you're crouching. Like the tactic is a lot of the times you're going to be sneakily walking. Tigers can swim. They're a good water animal, but you're kind of bigger, so you're going to have to kind of tiptoe on the water to keep your balance. And so you can't move a lot. Or you can do these massive like tiger leaps, and those you can move how many spaces? Let's go back. 1, 2, 3. 3 seems like a good bit you could do. Or let's go all out. Let's say, let's go exact. Let's say you can't do less than what you roll. You have to do that. So you have to be careful, and so I don't want to 1, 2. I don't want to. Yeah, if you're in the middle and you roll more than a 2, you're kind of done. So maybe you get to go less than that. You can go as many as you want according to that. Let's go with that then. Let's go 3 then. It can do a massive tiger leap. It can go 3. It has 2 3s. So a 2 in 6 chance of having this massive tiger leap. And this is the ripple sign. Ripples. It's going to cause ripples where they land. And it's going to ripple out. Or the rest of them, it's going to slowly be tiptoeing around. Okay? Another character. Let's go frog. Frogs are in water. Very creative. I know. The 407. Okay, I'm blanking on the frog right now, but I forgot. If I don't draw the actual figures, I'm kind of done. So let's go with one like the woman is posing, and let's completely butcher this because I don't have time to actually look at the woman. She's like that, and she has her other leg like this, and then she has one hand there, and maybe the other hand's up like that, and then there's her head. This is a figure. They're just going to stand like that, maybe a bit of a bigger base. to accommodate. There's the person. That could be one person. And then another person, it can be a bit more comedic. They can be up like this. They can have their foot out like that. And then we still actually, not comedic. Let's go. We got to have everyone dignified, you know. We got to have them maybe out like that. Maybe they're just balancing. They look like they almost lost their balance, but they haven't quite lost their balance. So they're like this. That's rough. That's really rough. And then again, the base. These are 2 characters. It's only a 2-player game. We don't have time to make it more than that. We only have like 3 minutes left. Holy cow. And I need something for my frog character. Okay, so we're just going to make the frog have 2 for everything, I think. But then, or maybe, no. Let's have 1. Oh, jeez. Let's have this be 1, and let's give that a ripple. So he's a little better on water, so he can move faster. He can jump and hop around. And then he can have a 1. He can have a little short hop where he goes bing, and he sends a ripple. I like that. These characters seem different, hopefully balanced. I have no way of doing that right now. Here's their stands. It is 1 minute, 38 seconds left. What else do I need? Is there anything I haven't said or I need to do? I have the dice. I have the sides of the dice right there. Just for example, I have one drawn there. I have the figures. I have the board. You just take turns. You roll the die. You do that ability. And then you flip it according to the ripple. And if someone were to ripple on this space, it's going to affect only the adjacent ones. That's a good. I didn't clarify that. Only all the adjacent tiles are going to ripple. And they're going to stay rippled until they get to the state where they become still again after you completely ripple them. I have 55 seconds. Is there anything else I am possibly missing? Okay. Come on. Okay, how about if you land on the other player? What happens if you land on them? Maybe it's a draw. Let's just go with a draw because I don't have time to think of anything else. It is a draw and you're both, that's you sinking right there. You're both going to sink. You're both going to be done. You can't collide. You can totally move through each other, though, in the game. That is totally valid. I have 5 seconds. I think that's going to be it, then. There's the timer right there. Well, here's my game. We have the theme, vaguely, of superheroes. Jeez. The balance and power. Okay, don't worry. I know I didn't come up with the title. I'm allowed to come up with that separately. Save it as a little surprise when I reveal the final product. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little test run of this game. Very rough components, very rough. And then I'm going to test it out, see what it looks like, and see if it's actually any good. Okay, so I will see you then. All right, now we have the finished product of the game that you just saw me create. And I've come up with actually, I have not come up with the name. The name is...
Aquaman came up with the name. It's Icy Blue Balance. That was the first name, but I've seen too long, so Wonder Woman chimed in, and she said it should be just Blue Balance.
You know, that's a different tone than what I was going for, but that's all right. That's all right. Blue Balance is the name of the game, and I have to play it with another person, so I'm here playing with my good friend, Dad. So I'm going to be demoing the game, showing you how it works. Again, 20 minutes, so it will not be good. I'm already thinking about the rules, and I'm thinking the tiger is going to have some issues. We're going to see, though. We're going to roll with it. So to start off, you already saw the 2 characters that are representing the figures. This is very low budget. This is a rough draft. So, which character would you like to be?
Oh, that's a tough call. All right, I guess we'll just be Aquaman.
Okay. I'll be Wonder Woman. And then, just important, would you like to be the frog or the tiger?
I'll take the frog since I'm Aquaman.
That's good. That's good. So I'm going to go over the rules. I kind of gave the rules earlier when I was assembling it and creating it, but those I was coming up with on the fly, so now you're going to see the completed rules. So a typical game, you are going to take turns rolling your die, and that is how many you can move. If you roll a 1, like I did in this case, I can move 1 space along one of the paths. If I'm in this outer circle, I can move 1 space along there. Inner circle, 1 space along there. Or I can also move 1 up or 1 down, like that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I didn't actually clarify in the rules if you can move diagonal. Going with what I said, though, the way I was thinking about it, I believe in the spirit of my past self. It seemed like I was thinking more you couldn't go diagonal. So we're going to keep it that. Same thing with the ripples. So when you roll, I roll a 1. I can move 1 space like that. Or, since I'm the tiger, this 3 with that blue, the blue means you are going to create a ripple. So I can move up to 3 spaces. Let's say I only go, and I get in the straight line. So let's say I only go 1, 2. Then I could create a ripple. I picked the hardest one possible, and then it would ripple. And then it would also turn all adjacent ones to ripple. And in this case, that would be all of those. I'm not going to flip them all, though. But in that case, they would all flip. And then, if you ever ripple, because again, it's going to hit all the adjacent ones. So if I were to ripple right there, it would ripple this one. This one would reset. But if someone was like standing on it, like you, if I rippled that one, you'd die. And yeah, then you'd be out of the game, I'd win. Are there any questions about those rules?
Just move and ripple?
Yes. It's very simplistic. And so just so we're both on the same page, on the tiger's die, I should have 4 1s, 2 ripple 3s, and the frog is going to have 5 2s and 1 ripple 1.
How come you get more ripples than me?
It's just the nature of the characters.
I guess I picked wrong, huh?
I do think the tiger's gonna have issues. I'll see if it actually comes up in the game, but thinking about it, it seems like the tiger's character is kind of doomed. I say we start, I don't remember if I said this in the rules, I don't think I did. I'm gonna say we start on the edges. Again, I think that's more what I was thinking when I made it. Actual time of recording this is, it's like months after I recorded that first bit. So I hope I'm going in the spirit of that. It's been a while. You wanna go first or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, so we're gonna try to roll within frame over here, hopefully. Nope, non-frame. It is a 1 though. So that means I can move 1 space. I'm gonna move 1 right here. Now it is your turn. Ooh, an in frame.
Okay, 1. I'm gonna go here. That's 1 ripple.
Yep, so whenever you land, you ripple that.
So I'm gonna ripple that in all adjacent spaces.
Yeah.
Oops. Jeez. Which means Wonder Woman got
No, I'm not dead yet.
Oh, dang it.
It's gonna
I thought
ripple.
I just won.
It's gonna ripple that.
Yeah, and that.
This and this one, all adjacent ones.
Right, right.
But it has to be rippled again. That means it's like on rocky waters. Does that make sense?
You didn't say that before.
And so if someone ripples it again, or even if you ripple it again, then you could fall.
You have to ripple twice?
Yeah, because see, now it's like, ooh, it's like rocky, you know, it's the balance is off.
Like icy?
Like a blue balance, you know.
Like the original name of the game. Icy blue balance.
It's not. It's like it's
this
rough.
looks lighter. This looks like ice now.
It's supposed to be like rougher waters, like.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with ice.
I'll take that as a criticism. You know, I'll take that as an improvement I can make towards
feedback.
the game.
Yes.
Let's roll 3, and I can ripple. That is amazing. I don't want to go this way.
So I'm pretty much dead, huh?
Let me see if you are dead.
1.
I can go as little as I. But the ripples aren't diagonal, so if I go there, I won't catch you. And if I go here, if I ripple any of these already rippled ones next to you, it'll kill me too. So I think actually, because you just rippled, I don't think I can actually get to you, unfortunately. But I can try to pin you a bit.
Why can't you just go here and then? Why would you die? Oh, because you're already rippled on a rippled square?
Yeah, if I ripple on that, I'm going to take me out too.
Okay.
I'm going to go 1, 2. I might just go over here and ripple this. I think that's my safest chance. And then I think you actually, hopefully it'll be maybe pinned in. No, because you can get over here.
Any way to undo the ripple?
Anyways, I'm going to ripple here. Once it's fully rippled. So in this case, I could have thought that through a little better, actually. You're totally right. See, I hop right here. This ripples, and then it'll unripple this one because it fully rippled it.
It unripples?
Yeah, because I jumped here, and so that one reset.
Okay, so it just flips.
So now I'm here. Yes.
So I'm thinking maybe a new name for the game. Maybe the ripple or flip. Rather than bounce, yeah.
But I have to include balance or force,
or flip.
like in the title.
No, I don't think you do.
Did you lose the die? Oh no.
It rippled. All right.
How did it get?
I think we just gotta reacquired the frog dice. All right, so we got a two, standard 2. Like, I don't know what strategy I should be doing here. I have no idea of where I should be going.
So you won't cause ripples. So you can go on any of the spaces, but
can I?
Well.
Can you go through another character if I know I'm not there?
You cannot land in the same space as them though.
Okay.
Otherwise, you both die.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Okay. Tiger time.
Tiger time.
1. So, no, the tiger's fine. I completely misinterpreted my own rules. Never mind. Pretend I didn't say that earlier.
We'll edit that one out.
What am I doing? I'm gonna go here. I think I'm gonna go back to that. That's a safe space.
2. Could I go back? Could I go here and then here?
Yeah. Well, you can just choose. Oh, can you choose not to move? That's interesting.
No, I did move. I went the one this way and one back.
Well,
there we go.
Okay, that's that's fine. That's fine. I didn't clarify that in the rules. You know what? I'm doing it. Going for the risk. Well, don't do that.
Oh, no.
Because that'll kill you. You just want to stay there.
Yeah.
You want just not to move and just ripple it. And then
Not to
that'll
ripple there, but
sink
just-
me.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. Done, right?
Good game, yeah.
Boom. And then, well, it just sinks you.
Yeah.
Once they flip over, you're done.
But, If I didn't take that risk, I feel like the game would have just gone on forever.
Thank you for playing. Okay. Mwah. We'll see you later in the ocean.
I'm trying to have people actually watch the video, not click off it. So, overall, the game, I'll give my feedback, then you can give what you think.
All right.
Again, this game goes on for way too long. That's
I think
some
if you wouldn't have
improvements.
taken that risk, it would have gone on forever.
Yeah.
It would have been like chess.
I think maybe that you just need more restrictions in the movement. I think that would improve the game. If maybe you can't choose not to move at all, if you have to move and you can't move backwards.
How about one more ripple die on each of the dies? One more ripple number.
That'd make it more, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Make it more ripply. It's even frustrating how much you have to flip them. When you ripple and it resets, I almost feel like maybe it shouldn't reset any. Or would that be too difficult? You know what I mean?
That would shorten the game for sure.
That may be the trick to shortening it. Like you go there, and then it ripples these two, but it doesn't
I think you should make another video,
They just
but
stay
one
rippled.
with they don't reset. They just stay rippled, and then see how long that takes.
I don't think I can make another video on this. I don't know.
You're right. Aquaman and Wonder Woman are pretty rough.
Yeah, although then I feel like with that, it just comes down to luck. If you're just moving and they don't reset. Although you're rolling dice, so it's pretty luck based. Is there any feedback you would like to get?
Yeah,
as an outsider to the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think I gave it just as we were talking just now. Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that probably is about it. And it's set maybe to improve the way these kind of connect together, to pull apart and put together. You know.
Yeah. I like the board. I feel like it's unique in concept a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good board.
I think I succeeded in the themes that I got in the code words, but it's rough. But now that you've seen the finished product, I don't have anywhere to go with that sentence.
There we go. Give some feedback down below. Peace out.
I hope you enjoyed Board Game Factory, and if you did, found it slightly amusing, please consider subscribing and liking. Leave a comment as well. And that's all I have to say. Okay. This was rough. Finally, have a fantastic day.